Hey there. So, you've probably played around with an AI chatbot, right? Asking it all sorts of questions, maybe getting it to write a funny email or even some code. But have you ever really stopped and thought about what's happening under the hood?
And that's the big question, isn't it? How does a piece of software go from, well, nothing to a tool that can write, reason, and chat with you? How does it actually learn? We're going to break it down.
The secret is in what the pros call the LLM, or Large Language Model Lifecycle. You can think of it as a journey with three really important stages. This is how an AI goes from being a total blank slate to that helpful assistant you're typing prompts into. Okay, so first up is stage one, and it's the big one, training. This is where it all begins. Honestly, the best way to wrap your head around this is to think of it like the AI's version of elementary and middle school. It's the primary education phase where it learns the absolute basics about, well, everything. And when I say everything, I mean it. During training, the model is fed just a colossal amount of data. We're talking huge chunks of the internet, countless books, articles, you name it. It's not just memorizing, It's actually learning the patterns, the grammar, the facts, and all the weird, subtle ways we humans use language. But, a general education only gets you so far. To become a real expert, you need to specialize. And that brings us right to stage two, fine-tuning. So if training was the AI's K through 12 education, think of fine-tuning as it going to college and picking a major. It's taking all that general knowledge and focusing it on one specific area. So here's how it works. We take that already trained model and give it a much smaller, super focused set of data. For instance, if you want a legal AI, you feed it a ton of legal documents. If you want a medical AI, you feed it medical journals. This is what turns a generalist into a specialist and makes it incredibly accurate for a specific job. All right, so our AI has its broad education and its specialized degree. What's next? It's time to get a job, and that leads us to the final stage, inference. Inference is basically the on-the-job phase. It's what's happening every single time you use an AI. This is the model in action, deployed and interacting with real people like you and me. This is where it all comes together. You type in your prompt, and the model pulls from everything it learned in both training and fine-tuning to give you an answer. And the goal here is twofold, not just to be accurate, but to be fast. It's all about delivering a useful response right now. Now, to put this all into perspective, check out the resources each stage needs. Training, that first step, it's computationally massive. The cost is just astronomical. Fine-tuning is much, much lighter because the model's already smart. And inference, the cost of your one single question, it's actually tiny in comparison. Okay, we've looked at all the pieces separately. Let's pull back now and see the whole journey, from start to finish, from raw data to a real conversation. So here's the entire flow in a nutshell. You start with training, building that huge base of general knowledge using massive amounts of data at a very high cost. Then comes fine-tuning, where you make it an expert with a small, specialized data set, much more efficiently. And it all leads to inference, where the AI applies all that knowledge to answer your prompts, optimized for pure speed. It's a clear path from general to specific to you. This quote really just nails it. It's a logical flow. First, you build a broad understanding of the world. Then, you specialize. And finally, you use that specialized understanding to help people. Simple as that. So, now we know the how, but that brings up a much bigger, more interesting question. Now that we understand how these things learn, what do we teach them next? What are the most important things we should be fine-tuning these incredibly powerful systems on? Now that's something to think about.